Between the Department of Justice and Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio of Arizona. Arpaio is known for his tough stance on crime. He makes his inmates wear pink, he uses chain gangs, and the Justice Department alleges he engages in racial profiling, a charge the sheriff denies. The DOJ wants Arpaio to allow an independent monitor to oversee behavior within his office, but after months of back and forth, the sheriff says that's not going to happen. And now the Justice Department says negotiations are off and they're heading to court. Joining us now, Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Sheriff, thank you very much for being here. So our viewers know you've been engaged in a long discussion with the DOJ. They made these allegations. You denied them. Like all litigants in any potential case, you've been trying to negotiate something. And they said, well, anything we negotiate in terms of changing, you'll make this independent monitor's got to oversee them in your office to make sure it's legit. Why is that a deal breaker for you?
Well, first of all, I'm in the elected, constitutional, legitimate sheriff. I report to the 4 million people in this county. And I'm not going to be controlled by the federal government because they don't like the way I enforce the illegal immigration laws. And it's really interesting they're cracking down right now. I presume we're in an election year. You know, they started this 3.5 years ago. 100 days after Obama took office, they went after me. I'm their poster boy.
But it started in 2008 under President Bush, the investigation.
Oh, it did not. It started 100 days under Obama. There was a former mayor that made a complaint to the Justice Department, but it was the Obama administration that started the investigation. So they can give all the hype they want for political reasons. But I try to negotiate. I spent 50 years in law enforcement, many years as a top law enforcement official with the Department of Justice. So I would like to get this over with, but they don't want it. They want to take me to court and for political reasons. So you know what I say? I'll be glad to go to court. They'll have to put the facts on the table, which they refuse to give me any information of so-called allegations.
They say that their findings show Latino drivers are 4 to 9 times more likely to be stopped than non-Latinos by your officers, that once the folks are taken to jail, Hispanics are punished if they fail to understand commands in English. They're denied access to basic services like new clothes. Those are just some of the allegations that they say they want an independent monitor to be there to make sure it doesn't happen again.
No, they don't. This monitor, they want the feds to control everything I do. And first of all, why don't they give us the information that they say they have on a 22-page report? That's all they did and went public with it in December 15. Why don't they give us the information so we can tell them what the true story is and we have rectified some of the problems? They don't want to tell them. We have given them millions of pages of documents. But this is a one-way street with them. They want to take me to court to send a message. And they've been investigating 20 other departments recently, the Civil Rights Unit and the Department of Justice.
Now, I know,
so I'm just trying to do my job.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sheriff. I know that you think that the timing of this smacks of political motivation since we're in election year. We're not that far from November. But I want to ask you, because they seem to be suggesting the thing that is making the negotiations break down is this is their characterization, your sudden objection to having this independent monitor, something that you hadn't objected to before, so they think it's you who's making the conflict come to a head right now.
That is garbage. That is garbage. I publicly in the past said I will never give in to a control by the federal government. That is false, which many other statements they make are false. That's not true.
Where do you see this ending, Sheriff?
I don't know. If we go to court, that's great. Then we'll see the true story come out. Quite frankly, I don't think they want to go to court. They don't have the evidence, so we'll see. What is this, a poker game? They want to go to court, we'll be glad to meet them in court.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio, thank you, sir.
Thank you.